Hello everyone, and welcome back again to our traditional AMA sessions. This is me, Vladimir Karapoltsev. I'm the CEO of PointPay, and you're watching the second part of our January AMA series, where we sum up what we've managed to do at the beginning of this year and share our plans for February. And as always, with Ms. Diana. Hello, Diana.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so Diana was yet again kind enough to collect all of your questions and compile them together. And she organized this AMA session, and she'll ask me those questions right in the end. So don't be afraid to ask me any question, and Diana will put it up in front of me either at the end of this AMA session or at the next AMA session. So that being said, today we are actually have only one topic on the agenda, which is the reward hub. So the rest of the time, I want to fully focus on your questions. So there's going to be quite a lot of questions in this part of the AMA session. So we have quite a few of them saved up since December, I think. So let us not waste any time and let's get started. So the reward hub, the name speaks for itself, I think, and you would be absolutely right to expect kind of the new activities and the additional rewards on our platform. So let me walk you through it step by step. So for some time now, so we have been gradually improving our onboarding process on our platform. So this is where new users are introduced to our platform and its features and its benefits. And it kind of includes various lessons, tips, bonuses, kind of walkthroughs, and more. So now we are also adding a unified checklist that will quite literally guide users through the services that we offer step by step and reward them for kind of going through every single step. So if they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. But if they want, they could go through every single step with us, and they will be rewarded by, I don't know, some PXP or maybe trading commissions or whatever, you know. So um, the reward hub will be available as a separate page on our website and on our app as well. On this page, every single user will see a list of tasks and rewards for, and kind of, yeah, so they will see a list of tasks and the rewards for completing them. So at the moment, the tasks include the kind of the basic things that you have to do when you join the platform. So they include passing the KYC, making a deposit, making a first trade, inviting friends through a referral link, and other tasks kind of focused on getting more familiar with the platform. Kind of, as I said before, starting to trade, using key features on PointPay, maybe also adding, I don't know, things into staking, joining, I don't know, doing like a learn and earn lesson or something like that. So all tasks will be available to all the users after they register their account. So they will be able, they will also be available for the long-term users as well. So you will be able to quickly earn certain kind of extra rewards if you've been on the platform for a very long time, and if you've already completed those steps, so you know you will be able to recomplete them again and earn a certain small reward. So but I think it's a nice bonus. So what about the rewards? So everything is simple here. So the main reward will be vouchers to cover the trading fees. So for new users, this makes the first steps kind of a lot easier and I think it reduces the pressure on the new users. For experienced traders, obviously, it means saving a lot of money on the fees when they're placing the trades. So, if you don't think the reward hub has kind of a one-time activity, you have to complete and forget about it. Tasks will be constantly updated on a regular basis. So after completing kind of the basic tasks to do with your onboarding, we might introduce some new tasks, I don't know, every month. So you will be able to find kind of certain new things there all the time. And of course, you will receive the rewards as well. So, for example, as I said before, for a new user, for example, we'll ask you to, I don't know, make a deposit, complete KYC, make a first trade, for example, I don't know, do a staking. And then for advanced users, we might ask to trade, I don't know, a certain currency. So, for example, if we're doing a partnership of some sort, I don't know, we're doing a partnership with BNB, let's say. So we will say if you trade BNB, you'll get, I don't know, zero trading fees on BNB. Or if you stake BNB for 5 months, 6 months, I don't know, you get an extra month with, I don't know, double the amount. I'm just making things up. But, we will be updating kind of new tasks all the time. And obviously that is a point for us, when we're selling our services to kind of B2B clients. This is the sort of thing that we could put there as a kind of an additional bonus. So alongside with the Rewards Hub, we will also be releasing a set of interactive tutorials and tips for our platform as well. So they will apply to new accounts and kind of help the users get familiar with the platform faster. It might not sound very impressive at first, but it required quite a lot of work, and I truly hope that the new users will really appreciate the effort. So, and even though I wanted to move on to the questions as soon as possible, we need to pause for a small announcement. I think in the previous video, it talks about the redesign of our website and our app. I should also mention that the redesign will apply to NFTs section and the P2P platform as well. It's not released yet, but we are kind of redesigning it preemptively. So we're not leaving kind of any unupdated parts of the platform, because NFT was developed a very long time ago and it hasn't been released for a very long time. And the P2P was also developed a very long time ago. Unfortunately, the interfaces are quite dated, and yes, we decided to kind of update the interfaces. The back will stay exactly the same, but the interfaces will look a lot newer. So these kind of redesigns will be released a lot later, either at the end of February or sometime in March. But sorry for the detour. So let's move on to the questions. Diana?
Sure. Let's move to the first question. How do you plan to turn project around even when in chats? If you ask about PointPay, people say it is a scam.
Well, you have. I honestly think that more haters you have, the more successful your project is. Because if you don't get any strong reaction, if you go to Binance page or KuCoin, go to their Trustpilot. It's the funniest thing ever, and the stupidest thing ever as well. You look at the kind of problems people are contacting them. They're trying to they deposit money and they're saying you're a scam because you wouldn't release my money because I wouldn't complete KYC, return me back my money. Or they're saying that, I tried to pass KYC with my library card and they didn't let me. They're a scam. So Um, yeah, that's what I really think about it. When you climb to the top, many competitors and envious people are left behind. For them, it's easier to call us scammers or frauds. My personal recommendation is quite simple. Do not pay any attention to such messages and chats, comments or anywhere else. It is much better to rely on the official documents and the trusted review platforms than the kind of. I could write a comment about anything, you know. You can write a comment about anything, but that's just one man's opinion. And it's short, it quickly gets deleted because it doesn't, we have on Trustpilot every single day some idiots post some comments about our platform and it gets deleted, because we don't have such users in our platform. They're just haters, and sometimes we couldn't delete a review, and then those people come to us and they say, like, for $100 I will delete it. So yeah, we have all of the registrations, we have all of the licenses, we have the offices, we have the responsibility of our services. We've been around since 2018. You have been seeing my face for the last 5 years. PointPay development is a step-by-step process, and it has been going on non-stop for more than 7 years. And I think no spam could ruin it. If you're really susceptible to one comment in the chat, it's your loss. That's what I truly think about. If you go to any chat, there will be always some negative reviews. You wouldn't find a single business with reviews that are positive, that are all positive. I would be surprised if a business only has positive reviews, because even the greatest kind of Michelin star, restaurants and kind of the top businesses, they have always negative reviews. I think our current rating is 3.9, which is quite decent, I think, in the crypto space. We were 4.5, but Trustpilot has decided to delete quite a lot of our reviews, saying that they were made up, which I think wasn't true, but nonetheless, that happens. But we still have very good reviews. We don't have any lawsuits against us. We are very public. We have all of the WASP licenses and other licenses that we require. Our legal structure is very transparent. I'm here, talking to you, so obviously it's not a kind of a faceless, crypto high street exchange or something like that. So I think with every single business you get negative comments, and I think you just have to look at it, philosophically, and that's what I do, and we delete them quite quickly. But if you are susceptible to those kind of things, I would suggest not going on social media, because social media is vile. And yeah, how would you explain, people leave us fake reviews on our Trustpilot, and then we ask them to provide us an email, then we look at those, they're saying, oh, PointPay didn't let me withdraw my funds, blah, 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 blah. And we say, okay, provide us an email in Trustpilot. They give us an email, and we didn't find that person in our system. And that happens literally every single week. So how will you explain that? Or people leave us, negative reviews, and then come to us and say, those 10 reviews for those people that you can't delete for some reason, I wrote that, and please give me hundreds of dollars, sometimes thousands of dollars, in order to delete it, because I know that it affects your score and you care about it. So, it happens all the time. We manage to delete them, but sometimes, it stays there, whatever, it happens. All right, let's move
on. Okay, moving on to the second question. Several users also wrote about KYC issues. It seems they're unable to pass verification. So what should they do in that situation?
First of all, contact the customer support via chat or via email. The team can always provide a detailed guidance and recommendation. Don't write to us in the Telegram chat, because then you might get a fake person replying. So do remember that we will never write to you first. And if you say in the chat, yada, 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 I can't pass KYC, and then somebody writes to you directly, that's a scammer. We never write to you directly, so you have to DM us first. Kind of the most common KYC mistakes that you have is first incorrect documents. So that happens when the user submits something that we cannot accept as an identity document, when the quality is, for example, too low. That happens quite often. In most cases, we need an international passport. Kind of sometimes we request all pages in quite high quality, because we're licensed, we have WASPs, we have to maintain this kind of information. Yeah. So we have quite a lot of users from lesser developed countries, let's put it this way, who photograph their driving licenses. You can't read anything because the camera quality is too low, or they photograph some ID document that is not an ID document. It's like a library card. It's not even a driver's license. So it all depends. For some states, yet again, like India, you have certain IDs that we do not accept because the security features on it are too low. There is like this green one, I think. Just wait a second. I'm going to be able to find it on my phone. I mean, I know that it might be accepted in your region, but yeah, unfortunately, the quality. Yeah, just bear with me. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, where is it? Yeah, IDs like this. Just laminated pieces of paper cut with scissors and something printed. There are no security features there. Literally, if you give me half an hour, I could write it up. So unfortunately, we do not. Yeah, it's just like terrible quality IDs from India. Yeah, we don't do those. But if you have a passport, for example, yeah, I'll type in so passports like this, they work, obviously. What else? Obviously we don't do KYC ourselves. We have a provider who does it for us because that's kind of compliant. They have their own problems, but they have to verify the numbers through the systems as well. So we have to cross-verify it through a couple of databases that we do, and if it doesn't match, we can't do anything about it. So we know when your ID is fake, and obviously, yeah, if we had problems with those Indian IDs, I know for sure, and it's literally a white piece of paper about this size. It's cut with scissors. It's literally printed, then laminated. It has zero security features there. You can literally make it in 10 minutes. So, we say no to those, unfortunately. And some people are trying to scam us, So some people are saying, oh, I've tried to pass KYC, and then I don't personally do it, but, my support team, they send me kind of screenshots of person literally taking his glasses and trying to pass the KYC like that. Or trying to upload documents, like trying to do the referral and trying to upload kind of different pictures of themselves. Like, it's crazy what people are trying to do, but yeah, that's kind of the most thing. Bad quality KYC documents and sometimes non-compliant IDs. And those are usually from lesser developed countries where, for example, as I said again, in India, we ask you for your passport because we can't accept those, little cardy IDs because they literally don't mean anything and they're not compliant to our standards because we're a regulated exchange, and in order to comply with the regulations, we have to comply with those rules. So yeah, that's the answer for your question. And for most people, it takes a couple of minutes. I've passed KYC on our exchange myself. It took me a minute or two. It shouldn't be that hard. If you have an iPhone, like I have an old iPhone, I have an iPhone 11. Took a photograph, easy peasy. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your answer. The third question is, are you planning any promotions related to the Olympics?
Yes, we will be doing a promotion about the Olympics. You will find out about it in the chats in a couple of weeks. We'll obviously be doing something with regards to that event. I cannot share the details yet because they're still being finalized, but you might want to check our social media. By the time this video will be released, you might have already seen it on our social media platforms. And a very good friend of mine is going to be participating in the Olympics as well. So his name is Matt Smith, and he will be representing South Africa. And he's a very, very old friend of mine from school. So if you see him ever, say hi to him. I'll be watching that myself. So yeah.
Okay. And the last question for today is, with so many crypto platforms competing right now, what is the one thing PointPay is focusing on in 2026 to stay truly relevant for everyday users, not just traders?
So when we talk about traders, there's obviously a very clear picture in mind who this person is, why they are on the platform, which features they want to use. And when we look to the everyday users, kind of the picture will become kind of more complex, I think. So this group includes kind of very different types of users. Kind of a simple example is kind of one user comes to PointPay to store his funds. They want to buy crypto, maybe trade it, then they want to move it to a wallet or use it for staking. Another example, for example, the user who wants to pay for daily expenses with crypto. For them, PointPay is a mainly kind of a wallet type of situation. So we could list kind of many more cases, kind of the ideas, simple ideas, but kind of building something that fits everybody is incredibly difficult, I think. More than that, kind of focusing only one demographic, I think, reduces the platform's flexibility and depth as well. So this is why we're working on many kind of improvements of different scales that affect different types of users. So that being said, in 2016 we already made several updates kind of that will affect everybody. So we will be doing the small balance conversion to PXP, the redesign of the whole app, P2P and the NFT platforms, improvements to the security systems, the user support and other technical areas. And if you personally have an idea that we could improve upon, do drop us a line and we can do it as well. I would like to also point out that we kind of focus about the kind of number of users on the platform, but the reality is that the traders are our biggest market. If we look at the trading volumes and the fees generated, it is actually the traders who give us most amount of money. So what we also do is we improve our APIs for the traders because that's the kind of the main thing that they use, and we've reduced our fees and commissions because that's kind of the metric that they use. So an everyday trading Joe, is a good thing for him to join our platform, but we actually make most of our money on professional traders. I looked, we make about 65% from kind of not that many traders, and they come to us because of our fast APIs and our competitive trading fees. Yeah, so that's the answer. All right, was that the last question, right? Yeah, I think it was.
Yes, that was the last.
Okay, brilliant. So I think that brings us to the end. So that was the last question. Thank you everybody who submitted the questions via the Google form. I know I did not answer all of your questions, but I think it will be definitely covered in the next AMA session. Before wrapping up, let me just remind you to like and subscribe, like this video, subscribe to our channel, press the bell button, and leave us any comment that you want. You can say, Vlad, great suit, PointPay go, hi Vlad, anything will do. That really, really helps us to promote this video. Further, it takes you literally a couple of seconds to do so, but it really helps us as a business. So with that, I will say goodbye to all of you until February. And I'm sure by the end of it, we'll be ready to share many more updates about the Q1 of this wonderful year. I'll see you soon. Thank you.